Well, greetings. Greetings, everyone. Welcome. Flying with Mike here. Twitch folks, welcome back as we get ready to embark on flight number 2. For those of you on YouTube, catch that flight. Should be out there for you already. But, you know, hey, check it out. Welcome into a Sim Air Force flight. We are going to do a little bit of history today, flying-wise, going back in time. Bear with me a second here. I was working on getting some information out to everyone. Okay, what? Go ahead.
I'm surprised you didn't do a pour-over flight tribute yesterday.
I wanted to, but I kind of ran out of time. So I wanted to do something over in Hawaii, and I just couldn't get to it. But that's okay. We'll do it today with a nice run with some Air Force up to Sawyer. Many of you have no idea about the name of this Air Force base. It's up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So those of you that are used to putting your paw up as the mitt, well, you can just put your finger above it because it's in the UP. It's a base that saw a lot of snow, a lot of really icky weather, yet they were on alert 24/7 to launch soon as command said launch, and the bombers would be airborne irregardless of the weather. Oh, I can't go fly. I can't see my hand in front of me. Get the plane in the air now. You'll see once you get airborne. Welcome to the military. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. We're going to fly in the, well, many nickname it the Doomsday aircraft. It's Night Watch, actually. But synonymous because there was a 24-hour airborne command post, airborne during the Cold War. Started as a 707. When the 747s became available, they put one into service for it. And eventually, the 747 would find its way into Air Force One, as you all know, because the new one is soon to come out. So, yeah, so we've got basically the Felis 747-200 sitting here. I am a chicken and will not play with Plane Maker to make it look like an E4. Sorry, I'm just, you know, I spent all the money I did to get the plane to ruin it. No, I'm kind of a chicken in that one, folks. I'll be the first to admit it. So, all right, I do need to do a little more work, I see. Doggone it. Been a while since we've run 2 flights. Oh, where'd it go? All right, we got that one taken care of. Okay, and we'll just turn that one off. Head over here. Click that off and turn that one on. Sometimes I kind of wish I'd just shut the stream down and go from there. It seems like it'd be an easier ploy. All right, I think we're good to go now. Again, sorry about that. I catch these things going up that I missed and rush to get them fixed as quick as possible. But we will be getting this Offutt to KI Sawyer underway here momentarily. All right, so as I mentioned, a little bit of history here. Yes, yesterday was December 7th. a horrible day. Many of us were never around for what happened on December 7th, but take it like 9/11. The Japanese attacked, many say unprovoked. We're not getting into conspiracies. Don't want to because I don't believe them. Very unprovoked, very basically caught us off guard and really took a toll in Pearl Harbor. Would take till the Battle of Midway for a shift in the way the war was going. A turning point, yes, but a shift at the time because, we were decimated, folks. All our battleships were gone, many of our cruisers down to, we only had 3 or 4 carriers, and one was dry docked for whatever was going on with it. And yeah, it was a rough time there for that first year or so. But Midway helped turn the tide, and we all know the end with the U.S. defeating Japan and Germany. 2-front war. 3-front, because we also, Italy was taken down too. Everyone forgets about that little part. So, and then, of course, ushered in the Cold War between us and the Soviets. So, yay. Anyway, we're embarking on a flight after all of this. K.I. Sawyer was an Air Force base set up, like I said, in the UP, Upper Peninsula. B-52s, I believe, were the only animal to inhabit it, maybe tankers as well, so that when they took off, they could quickly refuel and get them out to their fail-safe points. But yeah, what a time it was. Up until the 70s, the Klaxon went off, the alert aircraft launched. In the 70s and towards the close of the Cold War, they were not allowed to launch with nukes. So that was part of one of the treaties between the two countries. So hang on just a second. It's 79 degrees in here. Let me get a window open.
You said it's 79 degrees there?
Yeah, fun phenomenon here. We work in the office here. We step out into the rest of the house. We're like, oh my God, it's so cold. It's because we're nearly 80 degrees in here. So anyway, so yeah, that's what K.I. Sawyer was like. Mini bases throughout the country on alert, ready to, unfortunately, do the job the bombers were meant to do. Thankfully, they never did. All right, so let's get going here. Let's get up in this plane and get going. Now we have Twitch got to watch a lot of it. We have got most of this plane ready to go. Navigationally, we're not ready. And a few other center panel and quadrant not set up. All right, so let's take a look at Sim Toolkit real quick. See what kind of flight stares us down. All right, we're down here, Offutt, headed up here to SAW, K.I. Sawyer. In between, a little snow, and that's not unexpected, folks. This area sees a whole lot of snow. If you're familiar with B-52s, especially like I think it's the G, you B-52 aficionados can let me know. From like the G back, they had the tall tail. You may not see the tail at K.I. Sawyer. There's that much snow either piled up or on the ground. Yeah, it's incredible. The famous tunnel your way out of your houses and offices and all to your cars. Oh yeah, that's the UP. So the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, for those that don't know what up is. All right. So again, Offutt to KI Sawyer we go. Today, let's see, 273 people. Now, the aircraft, I think, could only hold like 100, but when you factor in equipment and all of that, 273 seems like a good number to me. 60,000 pounds is what we'll work to get towards. Block fuel, 60,000 plus pounds. We're going to fly off runway 13, land on 19. It's like I said, we're going to go from Omaha, Odi, SAW. 3 fixes. Woo, rough. But we'll show you because, you know, most of the time this plane has a boatload of fixes. So we'll kind of show you one way to think about it. They show us at 41,000. I'm taking us only to 39. Weather, 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 weather. Weather is winds, believe it or not. Don't look at the temperatures or you'll get a good laugh out of the south. Warming winds. 170 at 8, 10-mile visibility. Sky is overcast at 800 feet. Temperature 1 degree below 0 Celsius. So that's about 30-ish. So not a really bad day in Omaha, but it's a cold day. Over in up there in KI Sawyer, Marquette, Michigan territory. Winds also kind of out of the south, 210 at 9, 10-mile visibility. And thankfully, it's overcast at 10,000. Temperature, though, -9. That's 15 degrees, folks. Brr, welcome to the Upper Peninsula. Whew, that's cold. All right, give me a second here. We're going to get the flight plan up and going so we can come online. And if you'd like, find your... Oh, I got to get that. Doggone it. Well, we're going to do it again. And we'll have the flight plan ready here. Let's see. We're looking at currently 1848. Let's go for a 19, no later than 1930 departure. How's that sound? That don't look right. How did it do that? Oh boy, I tell you, technology today. I know what, I really don't know what happened. 1930. And we'll be nice, 39, and... All right. Make sure date of flight is right. What the heck is it? I always have trouble finding it. All right, well, we'll go with it. Go. Go, go, gadget. Look for reach 1877. Okay, the squawk code is 4. Okay, and real quick, weather-wise. 3014. All right. Okay, so we're online with VATSIM. Let me see how things are catching up. Maybe. Okay, it's going to take time. Okay, there we go. All right, we're now up on VATSIM. Let's get this plane airborne, shall we? Okay, first thing you want to do when you come in. Now, I kind of showed this off to Twitch live since you guys are watching this on YouTube in a replay. Hang on a second. Ooh, got up to 81. Hopefully it'll start cooling out here soon with all the windows open. Ooh, doggy. Anyway, you want to go through and do all of your checks first, then come back, do your navigation. Why? It makes it a lot easier. So when you come into the plane, quickly get the battery and the standby power to normal. Battery on, standby power to normal. Come over here, click ground, and apply the chocks, GPU, ACU. Once these, are on, come back. Okay, once the GPU is showing ready, connect it by closing the circuits, and the aircraft is now on internal power. Finish your checks, and it's to the level you want to do. Now, I will tell you, I go through as many as I can on this checklist sheet. I will not go through it all because it does take time. And we're going to still take time, but it takes a fair amount. But I will read through them, make sure things are set and readied. Why? Because weird things happen with this plane if you don't. And that's how it was in the real life. You followed these checks, and but we'll pick them up at. Oh no! So yeah, you would go through them all. So just so you know. Now, let me come back to the home page. We're going to start by loading the plane. Actually, I'm going to start by getting the map set up. Let's go one more. There we go. All right. Oh, doggone it. Wrong one. That one. Okay, now let's go to the load calculator. Now, I stressed calculator for a reason. That's all it is. Okay, if you notice, we have no people, we have no weight. Fuel is very minimal. Actually, it's kind of heavy right now, but let's get down to what we need it to be. Okay, they're saying 273. I'm going to go ahead and go with it. Packs preset 75. I'm going to just lower the numbers down. Now, the cool thing is, let's say I leave it there. Oh my gosh, you're still 6 people aboard. How'd you let those vagrants on? Well, we can account for it. We're going to run 50% cargo. And our payload weight now is pretty much doubled what we were gonna be at 60,000 pounds. Okay, so that means our fuel is going to be heavier. So how do we account for that? Right here. Trip is 500 miles. Let's set 600. We're going to fly at, what did I say? 39, I think it was. Wind. Okay, you can see the general gist. You know, we're going from Offutt up, so we've got a kind of a northeasterly track. We got a 294, so that means it's coming out of the west. Means we're going to get a pretty good push off this. So that means we should see the fuel number come down. Okay, as we increase the head or the tailwind. If it goes up, we went the wrong way. Oh, I'm like, what? What's going on here? Yeah, we got a 60 knot tailwind. Oh no, we're correction, 20 knot component tailwind. Sorry, we have close to a 60 knot wind quartering off of us. Okay, the alternate distance is, hopefully it'll tell us, should. Roughly 200 miles. All right, so all of this said and done, we were to have 59,000 pounds of fuel. We're actually going to go with 71,447. Now realize, real life mission, 24 hours, plus there would be air refueling. This airplane might take off a lot fuller in fuel. Those fuel tanks may be close to full. So anyway, it'll be conducive to the runway we're on. All right, so there you have it. We're going to load 71,447 pounds, 71,447 pounds of fuel. We're going to load 121,000 pounds of payload. So all those numbers that you saw when we did the load thing, blow it out of the windows. All right. So now we get to the fun part. Click the data sheet, and we're going to drain 114. I'm going to instantly fuel us. Then we're going to go here to payload. And you know what? We're going to just board and load. And what that'll do, when the cargo reaches the number of 60,400, it'll close the doors for us. But more importantly, it's putting in the passengers, 5 already. Eager beavers wanting to get aboard, get out of the cold. And we're going to pick up where we left off, Twitch. And for YouTube, we've gone through everything except for the center panel here and the pedestal. Okay. Left the best for you guys. All right, so let's get up here. First thing we want to do, I'm going to go ahead and do the tests. I don't remember doing them. You guys will probably, you did. And we did do the rest of the tests here. Let's go to standby. I do it incrementally. Now, as long as you get it to align or nav, you're fine. And let's hit the brakes right there. Let's get back over here. I am going to go ahead, for comfort's sake, crank up the EPU. At this point, we are in alignment, so we cannot switch to the generator until we're done aligning. But I can use the bleed air and start warming the compartments even more than what the air conditioning unit did. Okay, everything looks good. We're starting to warm back there, which is perfect. All right, we're just not coming on the generators, so leave external power alone at this time. Big rules, real world, whether it works for Felis, I'm going to guess there's a possibility. Can't move the aircraft while you're in alignment. If you want to find out why, read the case of KAL or JAL 007. You cannot switch from GP or ground power to APU while aligning. You can do it any other time, just not then. And that's about it. You get those two right, you're going to have a pretty good alignment. Now, see they're on. Okay, we're in nav. Good. Let's start it. Okay, so we've got to go through this thing called coordinates, and I don't think we have any for here. No, we do not. I didn't think we would. So we'll hit clear, and I'm just going to put K. Up. Huh. How am I supposed to, all right, well, here's what we're going to start with. Oop, wrong one. Meant that one. Let's do... I don't know why it wasn't letting me do that. Oh, put them in. Good. And good, so we'll hit enter. Oh, it already did. Cool. I haven't done that one before. Clear. They're all set. All right, now let's do the same thing here. Let's go to flight plan. Next, I need to clear some of these out. Click. Perfect. All right. And we'll go back here. Okay, so what I just did is I loaded, let me see if the waypoints, they're already over there. Cool. All right. Here we go. Let's bring in charts because really there are no departures. I thought there was one. I thought there was like a Offutt 1 departure. There is not. So, we're taking off runway 13. There is no departure. So it's literally, unless ATC comes up to us to get kind of at 400 feet, rolling direct OVR and then on. That's where we got to be careful because sometimes I put it in manual and got to do another direct. Okay, but we are aligned, or not aligned yet. We are in the process. However, let's get Well, we got everything lined up. I told you. This one was pretty simple. We just got to wait out 3.5 minutes and we'll be aligned. All right. So while we're waiting on that, let's come up here and I can't remember. Was it 110 or 111.7? Okay. What I'm doing is I'm checking the glide slope and localizer. So first up, panel set, radio, up left, good, down right, good. Okay, now I want to set 16.3 here. I'll explain in a minute. Okay, flight director works, off, off. We're going to go off 1.3, so 1.27. We'll go ahead and set that up. Okay. Heading, let's go 5,000. Wait, what's the airport at? Okay, that's good. 5,000. Off and off. Okay. Here comes the head. Looks good there. 7. Okay, we got a problem here. Glide slope's not clearing up. Oh, that's because you got to click the switch, Captain. Okay. And I need to get a frequency for here. We'll work on it in a minute. Okay, we're about to align here. All right, let's just keep going. Otherwise, we'll be really slowed. Okay, let's test. That looks good. That looks good. Clear and clear. Coming across 3014. Push to test, push to test. Perfect. And I don't have a departure, so I'm gonna okay. Now the one y'all never hear here. I mean, come on. I'm just that great. Yeah, right. Pinocchio pushed that nose in.
Pull up, glide slope, glide slope.
Hear that all the time. Down, indicated. Push to talk, push to talk. And then finish it out. Let's make sure 30, 16. Thought it was 14. Oh, it's 3010 now. Okay, now I'm going to push the test, but we won't get an audible. And that's because it works off the other one. Okay, timer set, all good down through here. Over. Okay, and we are aligned. Okay, standby. Paddle up 5. Idle cutoff, parking brake set. And we are theoretically ready to go. And I kept charts up too long. Doggone it. All right, sorry for all of that. Let's just get our set. And over here one more time. Now, if you're curious what's nearby, you have Offutt, OVR. All of these, and they tell you how far out they are. Lincoln, once airborne, will be in range for us to update. Now, we are updated. We are aligned. See the time zeroed out. 1 is the code for aligned.
You say you fly in window mode, right?
Yeah. That is what. Go ahead.
Is this like the only game that you play?
It is.
Okay.
Why?
I was just asking.
Yeah, I like to be able to get to things and know what I'm clicking on. Waypoint, flight plan, whoop, wrong one, leg, OVR, enter, and leg. There. Okay, we are set to go. Okay, now that we're set up here, we'll go ahead and begin to bring the power on. Come over here.
Cockpit to ground. Disconnect ground power.
And we'll close up. Well, wait a minute. Before I do that, let's make sure everybody's aboard. They are.
Ground power disconnected.
Okay, we are ready for startup. How'd we do? Not bad, 42 minutes. All right. One step left to do. ACARS. All right, we are set and ready to go. Maybe, there it is. Okay, now we're back to the normal checklist items. Okay, nothing for this airport. However, how about 123.7? Offutt Air Force Base common traffic reach a 1877 heavy. Will be taxiing to runway 13. Okay, after start. From there, we'll pick up and let it run with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard the Boeing 747 Classic. We will depart shortly after we have our clearance and the cabin crew is finished with their preparations. For now, I wish you a pleasant flight, and I will be back during the flight with further flight information.
I always think that's fun to do on an Air Force flight. Ha ha ha.
What
Ready
was
to
that
start
new
the
plane
engines.
that they just acquired?
Ready for engine start.
Which one, the tanker?
That gift one from that king or whatever.
That I don't know.
Yeah, the one that gifted Trump
No idea.
for Air Force One.
Well, Air Force One is going to be a 747-8.
The one that was gifted to him.
You're not going to get me lying on that one. That I don't know.
Starting engine 3.
Yeah, they're
Start
like,
how
I
old?
guess they're like taking out all the parts in it and like replacing it.
Huh.
I can't remember what kind of plane it was. I know it was huge.
20% and 2.
Fuel on. Light up.
Starter off. Engine stabilized.
All right, let's head up here. Fire up number 4.
Starting engine 4.
Starter valve open. %, and 2.
Fuel on. Light up.
All right, we're just about ready to begin our taxi checks.
Starter off. Engine stabilized.
Starting engine 1.
Starter valve open. %, and 2.
Fuel on. Light up.
Starter off. Engine stabilized.
Final engine.
Starting engine 2.
Starter valve open. %, and 2.
Fuel on. Light up.
Starter off. Engine stabilized.
All right, we are ready to go. Let's continue on here. Let's get the engine generators on. On. All right. Engine gens are on, so we can go off. Airplane's still running. We're good. Hydraulics on. Okay, we are ready to go, and I am going to because of how cold and how low these wet clouds are, we're going to run with engine and wing ice on, flight directors on. All right, let's see what I missed. Flight recorder, did I get the beacon? Yes, I did.
Cabin crew, arm slides.
All doors are closed and armed.
Beacon lights, brake pressure, electrical panels good, pack valves open, door warning lights out, hydraulic panel all good. Okay. Okay, first thing, take off, 11,000. Okay, load sheet. And we are 0. Okay, I got all of that right. Okay. So we are looking at about 6,500 feet of the runway. Initial pitch 15,303. Hit the speed bugs. We're gonna be set to go.
Cockpit to ground. Remove the chocks.
Chocks removed.
Taxi checklist, please.
Flaps.
Flaps 20.
All right, here we go. Does take a little bit to get down to flaps 20.
Flaps 10.
Takeoff data. EPR and airspeed bugs.
Set and cross-check.
Stabilizer trim.
Set in green band.
Probe heat.
On.
Flight controls.
Hold on. Check.
Yaw dampers.
Check.
Seatbelt and shoulder harness.
Check.
APU. Off. Fuel heat. Off. Totalizer and gross weight. Set. Flight engineer and pilot panels. Check. Aft cargo heat. Normal. Seatbelt and shoulder harness. Check. Taxi checklist completed.
Parking brake released.
Cabin ready.
All right, we are taxiing out for our trip to KI Sawyer. I hope y'all have enjoyed. For those of you I know born a long time after that thing you have no idea about called the Cold War, that's when this Air Force base was open and being used during the Cold War. So thankfully, never ever did that war turn into a hot war.
You ever watch this Swan Sim guy?
Swan Sim?
Yeah.
No, never have.
He's an older guy. He does the big cockpit of the 737.
Ooh.
I'll send you a link if you want me to.
Is he on Twitch?
I think he's on YouTube.
Okay, I'll find him over there. I really don't like how Offutt has this set up, and there is not this much traffic. Oh, this is called... Oh, Laminar got it a little wrong.
I just sent you a link.
Okay, I'll look at it once we get out of here. Yeah, like I said earlier, I would really love to know how snow removal worked with these SAC bases, because these bombers were on 4-minute, 5-minute quick reaction when that klaxon went off. There's no time to de-ice, no time to clear a runway. I mean, it's just kind of interesting to think about.
Yeah, I don't see him on Twitch at all. Or if he does, if he is, he goes by a different name on Twitch.
All right, Offutt area traffic reach 1877 heavy, back taxiing for departure runway 13. They got the runways marked wrong. That would be hard to keep up to date. All right, we'll get her spun around and hold up and do our takeoff checks.
Before takeoff checklist.
Icing considerations.
Check.
Cabin alert.
Check.
Transponder.
Check.
Ignition.
Damn. Flight start.
Body gear steering.
Hold
All right,
on.
we'll hold there. Offutt area traffic, reach 1877, departing runway 13.
Attention all aircraft. Altimeter 3010.
I didn't know that worked when we were connected with VATSIM. All right, clock on.
Disarm.
Back valves. This. Closed. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Fuel boost pumps. On. Cross feed valves. Check. Before takeoff checklist completed. Stabilized. Thrust set.
80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Gears up. Flaps 5.
hope that level up update drops before Christmas.
Flaps up. $10,000.
How we doing? I think we're doing good, but we're not updating. Why are we not updating? Oh, I know why. First off, let's get into climb power. Okay. Uh, there we go. All right, there we go. Now we go down to here. Hang on, I'm having a little bit of trouble. All right, I think we're squared away. Whew. I haven't done it this way in a long time, so.
After takeoff checklist.
Gear lever. Off. Landing and logo lights.
Hold on.
Off. Ignition.
Check.
Seatbelts and no smoking sign.
Check.
Pack valves. Open. Fuel heat. Auto. After takeoff checklist completed.
Okay. And what was that you asked there, Godspeed? Sorry, I was trying to figure something out.
I don't think I did ask you anything.
Thought it was something about something out before Christmas.
Oh, yeah, I hope Level Up drops her update before
Oh.
Christmas.
Well, it says they're out to the painters. What that means, I don't know.
So that must mean it's in the final stages.
I didn't know they did that. Well, I guess they came. Oh no, they didn't come out with a base set, did they?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen this movie before. The Final Countdown.
Is this the carrier Nimitz going back in time?
With the F-14s.
Yep.
Yeah.
You will like it. All right, let's see what kind of an approach we have for 1-9. Oh, RNAV.
Gonna have to watch out later on tonight.
I highly recommend it.
Oh wow, Jeffrey's streaming. It's kind of early, isn't it? Be back.
Okay. All right. Well, now that I'm caught up, folks, what I've done is I set the INS system up. I had totally forgotten we need to do that before takeoff. So that it starts updating. That's why I was so used to it always updating on the ground. So, because I had it on simple GPS. Not so now. Now I have to be careful, do things by the book. And so, yeah, we're trying. Now, I did have a comment, and from what reading I've done on this radio INS switch, yes, you can put it in INS, and all it's going to do is point to where your VOR, where your fix is next. In our case, ODI 173 miles. So all it's going to do and tell you that. It's not going to steer the plane. That's what this will do. That's what the INS will do, as I'm understanding what I read. But we also needed to do that direct to get it on course. I went a little tight on my turn intentionally, and then we could roll on to it. That was my hope and goal, not realizing, 10 miles away, that all happens real quick. Now, for this approach, well, this is not doing well for me. It looks like an RNAV approach. I think we'll just play it safe, come in at Suktai. 11 miles out, 3,500. So what we'll do, flaps are up. How we doing? We're getting close on speed. So let's hang on, and we'll begin working, getting the waypoints put in, transferred over. Right now, we don't need to, but we will need to do that at some point. All right. Again, sorry for being a little distant. Just a lot going on, and we're looking okay right now on the DMEs. Okay, what I've done is gone into mock airspeed hold, meaning right around 8.5, 8.49 is where I switched it. Now the pitch will maintain that as we climb up. Regardless where the pointer's at. Okay, let's put in JIBQ. JIBQE. Enter. And then Zukti. Okay, now I need to put this in all of them. So we're going to click Remote, Master on this one, Remote Slave on this one. This one. This will not take long. There's not many, but you get a long flight. I've had them up to 40. Now, if you go over here, there they all are.
Thousand level off.
All right. Whew. A lot going on, I know. So we're closing in on ODI. All right, we're going to be taking our time to hit 39. So let's get a grip. How much? We'll have a little ways. It's 230 miles to Jimq. So I'm figuring so 39 minus 3.5 times 3, 106, 230. So we got a little ways to go. I am going to now put in ODI. We should be close enough. 108. And I lied. I thought we would be. All right. We are using Mason City to update right now. Guess we're either not strong enough or not enough off of ODI. And it's only, it may be a 60-mile VOR. That's always possible too. So we're continuing to keep updated. Let's go ahead, put that in over here. Welcome to flying with the INS. Okay, so we're on our way. ETA, let's take a look here. Sorry, folks, a little behind trying to... Oh, I wonder if Sim Toolkit is... No. The overlay is. Huh, interesting. Okay, we're showing about 33 minutes out. So, as we continue on, should be there here shortly. Hope you enjoy the flight. Wow, it's been a challenge. It's been a while since we've not been on simple GPS where it's always updated and one less step to remember. Fuel management. Okay, this is a short run, so it's kind of, you just leave it. Now, I could turn this one or this one off. I know that's the protocol usually, but you never know. I like to keep them both on. Now, once we hit top of descent, at some point I will release the fuel in the reserve tanks into number 4. The goal is to try to keep the 1 and 4 tanks, which are further out in the wing, lighter than that closer to the fuselage route. So that's the goal. Now, if you're running with center tank fuel, which when you go super, say potentially O'Hare to Frankfurt, you may or may not have center tank fuel. But if you do, you turn the pumps on, obviously, but then you'll turn these pumps 1 and 4 off. Once airborne, all your cross feeds on except for the reserves. That way, if you follow the piping, okay, the fuel's going to come down and disperse into each of the engines respectively. When you turn these off, then you're still going to get it into the respective tanks, but your pumps out here you will not show them losing fuel. We've got a long flight coming up. I just don't know yet what day and the whole particulars. I do have one tentatively set up. I just need to work out some details on it. So and I hope we'll be able to get into fuel management. It's maybe just short enough that we'll only be able to work with 1, 2, 3, and 4 and not the center tank. But again, let's just kind of wait and see. But for now, we just leave it. That way fuel is in all the tanks. Everything looks good.
They overshot the airport again.
quit going to sleep.
It's not the fact I'm going to sleep, it's the fact that I'm multitasking and watching videos and stuff.
I tell you, these crews today, man, jeez.
Those screens are so entertaining, man. It's hard for me to pay attention while doing my work.
All right. Well, we should. We're actually about. Ooh, we never picked up a signal off that. Wow. Holy mackerel! I thought ODI was a good one, Badger. Bear with me. I'm going to check something. Okay. Update. Everything looks good. Don't know. All right, well, we're going to have to hunt down some more. There we go. That'll help to align us. Okay, maybe we had a bad frequency. That could be too. No, we had, who knows? Too many things that could go wrong. Well, we're updating now. Let me take a look at for how long. Oh, we're good for a little bit. Okay, which one are we? Oh, Fort Dodge. Oh, Mason City, sorry. All right, let's head over here. Click next, and let's just see.
Yeah, I'm at 29,000 feet and I'm on the approach.
All right, let me turn the lights off. There we go. That's a good one. All right, we're set up now, and then we'll get close enough to where Green Bay might be able to help, and KI Sawyer. All right, it is a, this is what it's all about, though. I mean, you're kind of just trying to find something to tune in. Eau Claire's a good one. La Crosse would have been if I was thinking. So we'll keep an eye out. We've got the Dells tuned in, and yeah, so we're on our way. We've got there's the overlay. I was just saying about 20 minutes, so ooh, we ought to be probably what did I say? Hang on. I think we're getting close enough. Well, we got a few more miles to go. 106, we'll call it 126. We'll start down. So again, hope y'all enjoyed. This is, you know, it's been a while. I know a lot of people are starting to fly this bird again, mainly because the cargo bird's out. And yeah, I want to get it, but not right now. I'm going to hold off, and I'll get it eventually. So let's get back into flying. Well, we have been into flying. How's your weekend been? I hope you all had a great weekend. Ours was kind of nice, a little bit on the warm side. It was kind of nice after those about a week of colder temperatures. Granted, not what some forecasters are saying is coming, but we'll let that be incoming. Just enjoy the today. But yeah, working with water is never fun. So yeah, that's the part that kind of sucks with the job I have. But you know, it's what comes with the job. So not much you can complain about there. Well, you can complain, nobody will listen. So, and I can always look forward to these flights. Now, tomorrow, Tuesday, I really don't know what I'm going to do. There's a few flights we could do, and I'll look at them, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, this is kind of fun. Always flying a little on the retro side with the classic, and I hope y'all enjoy it. And as I said, for those who did not catch the beginning, yes, I'm a big chicken when it comes to, whoa, that was too much, to playing with PlaneMaker and files. Even though I know you can back them up and all, I'm still a big chicken. So that's why you don't see the hump on top of the aircraft or the air refueling probe up front. There's a couple of other characteristics to the Doomsday plane. But overall, I like it. I think it might be a little too bright on the white, but it has been too many years since I've actually watched one. Oh, you know what? Let's have fun. What the heck was that? Okay. And there's nobody truly around me. Oh well. I was going to try to show off that little bit of the traffic function, but everyone's really, really far away. Okay, how far out are we now? 142. We're about 20 miles out. Let's start getting set up here. Let's take a look at our VORs that we got tuned in. Okay, we're 65. Everything looks good there. Go into altitude hold. 138 out. I'm going to go ahead, start us down. Now, what I'm hoping, actually, let's get a quick weather update. Before I speak. Okay, 42 minutes ago, we're now overcast 8,000, 220, 10 gusts to 15. So, yay. What I was going to say there is, I was hoping to be able to fly this possibly visual. When we get to Jaybook, which is 120 miles out, actually Zukti, which will be the inbound course on the flight plan to the airport. We should be out and be able to visual, but we'll see. But we're headed direct to the fix. Now, some things are different between LTN and SIVA. Yes, SIVA was original to the plane, so those of you flying with it don't, think, well, why are you using that? I'm taking the one that was the bridge, if you will, between the older SIVA, where all you had were lat-long coordinates. That's all you could use. Notice I'm going off of RNAV 5-character fixes. So that's SIVA. Now, let's fast forward a little bit up in time. The LTNs came out, and like I said, they kind of bridged that gap before we get the FMC nav displays set up, which are, let's be honest, a dream. We all love them in the Airbus and the next generation aircraft. But before then, we had steam gauges. So the LTN differs greatly from the SIVA. While looks similar, very different operationally. Again, SIVA, no RNAV approach capable, not capable, unless you know those coordinates, and even then, you'll be more than likely vectored. More than likely, the years SIVA was out there, you're flying charts more set up for them with lat longs and all, not necessarily lat longs, but VOR distance and radials that you could tell the captain to fly to or whatever. LTN not only uses lat long, but as mentioned, the 5-character RNAV fixes. You can also put a VOR fix in here. You can also put an airport identifier in here, and of course the NDB. Ugh, that just hurts saying. I hate that. I hate that gauge. Oh, we need to figure out slow down. Slow down. Hang on, we got to slow down. Let's switch into IAS. And let me set this for about 300. Sound good? That sounds perfect. Okay, so you have those options. Now, here's another big compare-contrast. SIVA, now granted, the latter years of it, you could put more fixes in with that version. However, up until then, 9 fixes. As you went along, you put fixes in on top of each other, in the open slot as you passed it. LTN allows 98 fixes to be put in right off the bat. Now, it takes a little bit, don't get me wrong, because you can't enter airways. Say, for instance, we were on the Yankee 161 and the Quebec 19. None of those can be entered. You got to go fix by fix by fix by fix. How you can do RNAV approaches, yes, you can in the LTN do RNAVs, but you have to enter them fix by fix by fix by fix. You can't just put in hodgepodge 9 for the arrival here in, which by the way does not exist, but you get the drift. You cannot do that. You have to put them in by the fixed names. So that means you have to do it while en route, which we do anyway when they change runways on us, which that never happens in VATSIM, or probably the real world. But anyway, so always know that's the differences between them. Now, on an RNAV approach, you cannot do the RNIP approaches, RNPs. You, the pilot, have to control the altitudes. You can't let the aircraft turn in, expect it to grab a glide slope, unless, of course, there's an ILS in some way or form attached to it. That's it. So, oh, we got an update. So anyway, I just wanted to run through. Let's get a good update here. We're 78 miles out. Let's get 1535 in here. See if that'll work. Boom. How we doing on the other? We need another. Okay, let's try. Well, we passed Green Bay. I hate.
21.
Let's see. Do what?
Minus 181.
181?
Yep.
I'm ashamed to hear you say that after all your double digits. Now you decide to enter the triple digit world. Good job, man. Good job. What is Saginaw or Sawyer? 17-1. I think we're going to be too far, but let's try it. Uh-oh. We lost Rhinelander. We must be getting too close to it. Oh, 5. What was 15? Oh, we're getting too close to Iron Mountain. Okay. That's why we lost it. Okay, this will start setting us up for the arrival. Okay, we are 67 miles out. I'm going to go ahead now and set 5,000. $19.75. All right, let's get down here. $9.75. Okay, everything looks good. All right, so I hope that all helped out a little. Again, remember, with anything, SIVA or LTN, you're not supposed to. Now, whether the sim simulates this or not, that I don't know. That'd be a question for Felis and gang to respond to. But going from ground power to APU power during the alignment is not a good thing. Moving the aircraft, a huge no-no. Again, I refer you to the flight of KAL, I believe 007, might have been JAL, a very bad day out of Anchorage. I've even heard some people say you don't even want to board the plane while you're aligning. Any movement can screw it up. You don't want that's the one thing you're relying on to get, say, from Anchorage to Japan or Korea. You're relying on that. That's a lot of distance to cover from JFK to Europe. You know, you want that airplane as close as you can. It's going to drift with the INS system when you lose the updating ability, but you want that not to be so drastic as what can happen when the alignment goes awry. All right, now currently 50 miles out. What the heck did we tune in? That's, oh, Rhinelander. Okay. I'm like, what is, I'm like, wow, I'm 50 miles out. Well, 44 according to this. Got to fly about 10 or so miles ahead of it. All right, we're through transition. Let's get the numbers 3018. I was kind of hoping for someone to tell me, hey, you haven't opened up your reserves yet. Arnav, we're looking at, wow, 200? Okay. Give myself a little breathing room there. All right, let's get over here. We'll go ahead and open them. And we're going to start lowering the cabin. That one I get called on more times than not. Oh, we're in the clouds again. And I do still have anti-ice on. Yes, I do. Okay, so here we go, folks. We're under 14,000. No precip showing up on radar.
Approach checklist, please.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness.
Check.
Seatbelts and no smoking signs.
On.
Anti-ice.
On.
Exterior lights.
Check.
Outer brakes.
Medium.
Radio INS switches.
Hold on. Radio.
Flight director computer selectors.
Check.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Altimeters.
1022. Set and cross-check.
Landing data, EPR and airspeed bugs.
Set and cross-check.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness. Check. Fuel panel. Check. Fuel heat. Let's see.
Yeah, we're going to hold there.
Off. EPR computer. Go around. Cabin altitude. Check. Circuit breakers. Check. Approach checklist completed.
All right, we are trying to get this beastie to slow down. Got 193 plugged in. The VOR, did I plug it in on number 1? $17.1. All right, we are set for the arrival. Oh yeah, this area is white usually. And make sure altitude select is on and armed. And the lake, I don't know if it's how much it's done already in this area,
Level off.
but it usually produces a lot. Okay, coming in at 4,000. Let's see if we see the airport at all. That looks like a runway ahead of us. Not showing up here. Huh, wonder what airport that is. I'm not showing it on my chart.
Flaps 1. Flaps 5.
Okay, we're about to make the final turn inbound. Go ahead, get the radios set. Marquette, KI Sawyer area traffic, reach 1877 heavy. Approximately 11-mile final for 19.
Flaps 10.
Why did we slow that far down?
Gear down. Flaps 20.
Runway in sight.
Gears down. Green light.
And KI Sawyer, Marquette Airport traffic, reach 1877. 7-mile final for 19.
Flaps 25. Landing checklist.
Gear.
Down and check.
Down and check. Flaps.
Flaps 25.
Flaps 25.
Flaps 30.
Spoilers.
Damn. Armed.
Ignition.
Flight start.
Anti-skid.
Check.
Altimeters. 1, 0, 2, 2. Set and cross-checked. Landing checklist completed.
All right, we'll be landing.
1000.
By the way, this is only 9,000 feet long. I got a feeling they've shortened it.
Approaching minimums.
Landing.
Minimums. $50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Check reverse. out, off, reverse. Auto brake off.
And welcome to
60 knots.
K.I. Sawyer, the old K.I. Sawyer Airport. What we're going to be trying to do is revisit some of these old SAC bases that I can find, that I know of, and we'll fly some flights to them. And for those curious, as you can see there in the left corner of the screen, yes, there are commercial flights here. Of course there are. They want to get out of this weather. It's cold.
Flaps up.
Okay, get the spoilers in.
After landing checklist.
Brake pressure.
Hold on. Check.
Body gear steering.
Arm.
Auto brakes.
Off.
Ignition.
At K.I. Sawyer Marquette Airport, traffic reach 1877 off the runway. What are we holding for? Ignition.
Off.
Engine and wing anti-ice.
Damn. Off.
Radar and transponder.
Damn. Standby.
Flaps.
Up.
Spoilers.
Down.
Stabilizer trim.
Hold on. Seven units.
Outflow valves. Open. Pressurization mode selector. Wait. Manual. Aft cargo heat. Wait. Off. APU. Let's see. Check. Checklist completed.
All right. Well, we've got through, not a bad approach, but we got through it, got in on the ground. We'll take a look at it here shortly. All right, there we go. Let's see. Where are we? We're ready to shut them down. Okay, come up here.
Cabin crew, disarm slides. Cabin crew, doors may be opened.
All right, let's look over here. Brakes beacon, INS to align.
Ladies and gentlemen, please check around your seat for any personal
Cockpit to ground, put the chocks on.
and please use caution when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may have shifted around during the flight.
Trucks are on.
On behalf of our airline and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.
Okay, bear with me a second here. I'm trying to see if it's recorded. It did, and it got accepted. I don't want to view the pilot. I am the pilot. I want to view the flight. All right, landing rate 398, satisfactory from the Sim Air Force. Rah, rah. Okay. Is there an engine running? Nope. Okay. It looked like it. That's why. All right. Let's open some doors.
Cockpit to ground, remove the chocks. Parking brake set.
Chocks removed.
Cockpit to ground, put the chocks on. Cockpit to ground, connect ground power.
Chocks are on.
All right, there we go.
Connected.
Well, we'll leave the APU on for now. All right, so let's do the final checks here.
All right, secure cockpit checklist.
Brakes. Parked. Beacon lights.
Off.
INS.
Align.
Probe and window heat.
Off.
Back valves. Check. Fuel boost pumps. This. Off. Reserve tank valves. Closed. Hydraulic panel. Check. Oxygen. Check. Flight recorder. Off.
All right, there you have it, folks. What a great flight that was. To a nice landing for Sim Air Force. We had our trials and tribulations with it, but it was still a good flight overall. So I hope you enjoyed. From Offutt Air Force Base up here to the old K.I. Sawyer Air Force Base, now Marquette, I believe international, but at least an airport with, as you can tell, some civilian traffic. All right, let's look at it from the terms of Elevatech. Well, we would, but he forgot to track. So we get to look at it from Sim Toolkit. That one is tracking 422 feet a minute at 138. That is, to me, not bad. And, oh, I clicked the wrong one. I wanted to finish. And we'll click on it. There's the route. Here comes the details. An hour and a half flight, 485 miles, 16,000, nearly 500 kilograms. 1G, 422 feet a minute at 138. I'm actually not upset. I think that's a pretty good landing. The airline got us pretty close to that as well. Whoa. Huh. I wonder if we have a discrepancy here. All right, like I said, I thought there was more runway here, and obviously not. So we landed short, even though when you look at it, we landed good. But we were some 50 feet, 54 feet off the center line. Not good. Yeah, they've shortened it to 9,000 feet, 150 wide, which is weird because at one time it was 200 feet wide for the B-52s. And there's the numbers, so I'm not going to complain. If I did, who'd listen? Exactly. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up. Twitch, we want to thank you all for being here. It's been a pleasure, my honor flying today, even though we had our ups and downs with the flight. And, you know, and that's how it's going to be until we get the kinks worked out, learn more and more. Finding those VORs is kind of tough. Hoping we have right frequencies and all of that. But overall, you got a good sense of how that LTN works. SIMA's not much different, just a little here and there. So I'm going to go ahead, call it a night, and hope you all enjoy. And we will see you on the next flight, hopefully tomorrow night. I don't know what it'll be, just kind of like today, kind of put together. But I'll try to get something out tonight to let you know. But for now, y'all try to stay warm. Have a great week. Hey, it's the week of Christmas. And what else? What better way than with this verse we have? Hang on a second. Sorry about that. I got this. It's a real short a statement for this verse. I want you to kind of hear it, kind of listen to it. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Think about this. You don't need to see the whole next year mapped out. You just need light for your next step. His word provides exactly that. One promise at a time, one day at a time, one truth at a time. In this season of waiting and reflection, let His word be your light that guides you forward to whatever lies ahead. Chuck Swindoll wrote that, and I find that pretty poignant. So I hope you take that to heart this Christmas season, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow night. God bless, and let the light lead you into your endeavors.